Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of XRP BTC. Right now it's October 13th, 2019. It's 4:46 p.m. Eastern Time. So I want to throw that out there for people who will be watching this at a later date. You guys, what I wanted to do today was just look at trends. And we're looking at XRP BTC on the one-day chart. And we're paying attention to these moving averages. They're going to tell the story for us when we're in uptrends, when we're in downtrends, when we're just chopping sideways. And what I'm looking at now, what I'm paying attention to on XRP BTC, when we lost the 50-day moving average, it was around 9,167 Satoshis. And what happened, guys, that was on January 10th, 2019. Ever since then, look at this 50-day moving average as we had the death cross that took place right here. But this entire time, for 9 months, 10 months, each time we came up to this 50-day moving average, we were rejected and we were pushed down. So this was our downtrend. This was an intermediate to longer term downtrend that we were experiencing. And now what we're looking at, guys, we're trying to find the trend change as quickly as possible. So now what we're starting to see is this rounded bottom, or almost inverse head and shoulder bottom that's taking place. And what you see here is that we got up above the 50-day moving average. We closed up above it on good volume, and we've been trading now up above it since the 17th of September 2019. So we've been moving up now. And guys, it's so important that we get back up above that 50-day moving average. Now, I'm sure at some point we may come back down and back test it. You know, that always happens. But at the area that we're at right now, we're looking at overhead resistance here, and it's going to be around 3,338 Satoshis, but we're climbing. We're having higher lows and higher highs here, and we're going to try to break out of this overhead resistance. And if we can break out of that, I'm going to target my area up here at the 200-day moving average, which we really need to get back up above. That's going to be a big test for us. And in my opinion, you've seen how this happens. Sometimes it can act as just major staunch resistance, guys, and other times, you know, these cryptocurrencies can just treat it like it's nothing and just blow right through it. So it just all depends on how we're approaching it and what the RSI is, you know, our relative strength, all that type of stuff. But that would be my target up there, and that's going to be around 4,092 Satoshis if we continue to move to the upside. What I also like here is that as we were moving down, you can see our RSI was moving up, so we're having that bullish divergence taking place, which is important. But you know, this yellow trend line, I'm paying attention to this. I want to see where we close today, our candle closed today. If we can get it up above the previous, which is going to be around that 3,412 Satoshis, and to the downside, if we do start closing down, I want to see this yellow trend line respected. After that, I would look down here around this 50-day moving average, which would be around 2,819 Satoshis. And guys, if you get something out of this, let me know down low. And like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want me to keep covering XRP and XRP BTC. Tell me what you think. And I also wanted to see if you guys were understanding about all the trends. You know, how we were having those lower highs and lower lows coming in. And now do you see how in the short term we changed? Here was a high, higher low, and then we start moving up higher high. We're trying to have a higher low. Now we want to come up here and have another higher high. Might have a little resistance here around 3,855, but this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to catch those trends as soon as we can. Let's move on to our next indicator. Next one, let's take a look at our MACD. Now with the MACD, we're also paying attention to the histogram. Guys, it looked like we were going to get a downward cross, but we bounced off there, and we potentially could be moving to the upside there. Our histogram, we are ticking to the positive after we were going down a little bit there. So MACD not giving us too much information. They're not putting a lot of credit into that right now. I want to pay a lot of attention to the relative strength index. I also want to check out our stock RSI. Stock RSI, we're having a bullish cross to the upside right now. We're at 32 and 23, so plenty of room to run to the upside, which is nice. We're not in overbought conditions right there. Next one I want to pay attention to is our awesome oscillator. And this is basically just looking like the histogram. Now here it shows us ticking down a little bit. But guys, as you can see, you can go down and then up. I mean, this is just something that I like to keep an eye on, those bars. So I pay attention to that. And then let's also throw on our channels. So with our channels, we're up above the middle band there, our 20 moving average, so that's good. Guys, just trying to blast up through this overhead resistance there, around 3,346. So that's what I'm looking at for XRP. I'm trying to find this trend change, and I want to ride it as long as I can. And then, guys, when it's time to get off, it's time to get off. But that's what we're looking for, that transition. Lower highs, lower lows into, this was our high here, then higher low, just like that, because we're moving back up in this direction now. That's what we were trying to find. So just really pay attention to the trends, guys. Pay attention to the candle close today. Also look at that volume, but I just wanted to put this on your radar. We are in a short-term uptrend now for XRP BTC, and we're going to have to see what we end up doing with it. So wanted to put on your radar, guys. God bless. Take care. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Appreciate y'all.